So good morning folks, how are we doing? Hope we are well, ready for Christmas. It's under a week away now, Saturday, this will be going out Tuesday, so 4 days to go till the big day. Anyway, let's get to talk about cycling. Today I'm going to be leaving Cleethorpes in the next couple of minutes, heading to Lincoln to a ride alongside the new Lincoln Eastern Bypass which opens today, so let's go and check it out. But before we do, let's show you the bike. It's the Cube Agri Pro C62. I see I've got an out kit bag on here, which I've not got much food in, to be honest. I need to probably stop off somewhere on the way. A couple of water bottles in there, a couple of rear lights, front light of course, it's Cat Eye Volt, my Garmin 520 Plus on there, a pair of tri-bars, we're all ready to go. Just pausing briefly here at the Clicker Bin near Swinehope and Binbrook. As you say, it's rather windy, rather gusty today, but that's not really my problem. I was just going to share with you. Back still playing up, transferred to my side a bit of pressure on the heart today. So as soon as I got out, the heart rate's been about 30 plus where it should normally be. So yeah, so straight into headwind all the way to, well, Lincoln basically. Passing over the Lincolnshire walls at the moment, quite hilly, into a headwind and all the brims of the hills. So what I've been doing, I've been grinding up them a little bit more, trying to take a bit of pressure off my cardiovascular, not trying to get too high a cadence and just take it easy going up the hills to get across the other side. Like I say, it is actually a bit windier than I thought it would be today. Hopefully once I get to the other side of the walls, it's going to ease off a little bit. I know as far as the rain is concerned, it's supposed to rain about 3 o'clock on the way back, so hoping to duck in somewhere. Don't want to get wet if I don't need to. Should get home about 4:30, between 4:30 and 5 I think, so I'll probably light swim today, like I've already said. I'll need those later on today. In the meantime, I'm not doing a lot of deep breathing, keeping my mouth shut so the wind's not getting into my lungs. Now, I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't really. I'm kind of winging it, but I think that's how the body works. So I'm just trying to take a little pressure off the heart and the lungs and transfer it into the legs, make them do the work a little bit more this morning. Got Binbrook behind me now, Kermundley Mere in front, which signals the final climb over the walls in this direction. I'm sheltered by the hedges at the moment, which is great because that wind, well, you just saw it on the flag, didn't you? The turning point today is around Bardney actually. If I make it in time, I'll go to the butcher of Bardney and grab a pasty or something. So did you watch last week's Cycle Chat? Last week's guest was Julian Hutchings, a fellow vlogger. He lives down in the southeast London area. I'll stick a link in the corner if you want to go watch it. He gave his insight to Zwift, gravel bikes, lots of subjects we touched on. Learn about the 7 new worlds in Zwift, and which is Julian's favourite of those. We spoke about the Rafa Festi 500 as well, and particularly that subject I don't really know what I'm doing. I was hoping to go away for a Festi 700, but it actually looks like, yet again, the weather's going to undo all my planning, so probably do the Festi 500 the traditional way, multiple rides. Heading through the little village of Wickenby. Discovered this week, as I was doing a bit of research on Facebook into cafes along this route, one of those is Wickenby Airfield, a cafe there. Just learned that it closed in the summer, so It's another business down the drain, thanks mostly in part to COVID, I guess. I guess it would make a great location for a cafe in the future once it's all over with. So if anybody out there fancies owning a cafe in the future, I guess really for that place they probably didn't have sufficient trade in the spring and to the beginning of the summer. Kind of a small cafe, but, and it's a big but, lots of outdoor space with benches and things like that. Those places, cafes have survived COVID outdoors. Indeed, I can think of two examples. Clayton's Corner at Cadley near Brigg. They was open the entire time and just it was all takeaways, with all outdoor eating and things like that. And Wyman and Windmill near Oakham, which I think is it's in Leicestershire, but it's pretty close to Rutland. That stayed out throughout. That's been open the entire time as well. Big outdoor eating area. And as cyclists, we can brave the weather. So if it was just chucking down with rain, could have just got some parasols up. I don't want to judge it too much. I mean, it probably had a lot of things going against it. It's not in the most ideal location, I guess. A fairly significant amount of their trade came from families who were watching somebody in the family doing the walking on wings. Because I guess all that stopped over the summer, didn't it? No private air flights and things like that, so that must have taken a big dent to their profitability. So yeah, it's not just a place where cyclists went. Many reasons behind why places just have not been able to weather the storm. So hopefully 2021 somebody will get back in there and take it over again. Okay, quite close to the beginning of the new bypass. Sign for Scotham there. Going to be heading to, I think it's Cherry Willingham where I'm joining it. Now the one thing I do know about the bypass, the network of bridges, the distance along its 7.5 kilometre stretch of road with cycle lane as well. I do know from the pictures online, despite being built in 2020, the road safety measures in place are not modern and not fit for the 21st century. I'll show you when I get there. Here I am, I've arrived at the eastern bypass. It's not quite open yet actually, parts of it. Just about to head down direction. Could stick to the road if I wanted to, but the cycleway is just on the right hand side there alongside the fence. So this is the site of the Rugby Road roundabout, and it's actually got a quite decent crossing over there. As you can see off to your left, there's a cycle path on the left and on the right as well. So I don't know if the cycle path is on both sides all the way along the entire stretch. And indeed parts of it don't open till tomorrow, so may have to come off course a little bit. That's how I'm feeling. I should have put a barrier in. But it's lovely and wide, and it's actually classed as a shared path, so it's half a job as usual, but it's plenty wide enough, and I would imagine it's mostly bikes along here anyway. So here's the first roundabout I've come to. The death of some future cyclist and pedestrian or child or father or uncle at the site in a few years time. Guaranteed that. Look, there's no, it's not signal controlled or anything like that. This is the very first junction. Just about to head off down the bypass now. That section is definitely open there, look, by the looks of it. But yeah, piss poor. Well, thanks to the likes of people like Karl McCartney, who's got every confidence in this road that he's put his name to it. So on to the next section, and it looks like they've started hosing it down to get rid of the mud and crap. Here's the site of the water railway, which is inaccessible at the moment. So I'm going to have to go into the city to join that, because that's very muddy. I'm not going on that, so let's go around. And there the Lincoln Eastern bypass continues up there towards Sleaford. A cycle path all the way along. I won't be going that way today. I'm just obviously going to try and find my way through the city now to join onto the Lincoln Railway somehow. Of course, it's just going to dump us out onto the main road here, isn't it? Because that's how things work in the UK. Of course, I go along the dual carriageway. It's the only way in from what I know of. So right at Cannock Hill along the dual carriageway here, joining the bridge at Waterside South. There's the iconic view of the cathedral off in the distance there. I say off in the distance, it's just in front of me. Just heading past the towers of Links FM onto the waterway. I'm underneath the bypass now. I can see there's a little bridge from the other angle. It's probably going to be a few more days before that opens. It's a brilliant connection though. There you go, that's the bridge. Down to the right there. See, it's all opened up a lot now. So if I knew Lincoln better, I'd have joined at this station here and gone through the village of Washington, but it's not signposted, so what use is that to people who don't know an area? So if you're not familiar with the Lincoln Waterway, it runs all the way to Bardney first off, so anyway, that leads all the way to Woodhall Spa, where it becomes a quiet road. Eventually you rejoin at the Wyvern Blues near New York. I showed that a few weeks ago. And then it comes back onto the waterway, takes you into the centre of Boston. All in all, I think it's about 38 miles. And lined along the route you find various statues. Absolutely wonderful going this way. The wind's more or less right behind me. And hopefully it'll be carrying me most of the way home as well. Perhaps a crosswind or something. That was well deserved. Bumped into another fellow Audax Club Lincolnshire member. I think he's in Audax Club Lincolnshire. Surname escapes me, but it could be Jones, James Jones. Might be wrong. And he's heading down to, I think he's in Boston Way. So he's at the halfway point as well. Popular halfway point if you ask me. The Butchers of Bardney. Anyway, I've just stopped for a quick flapjack. Ended up with a chicken pie, and I've gone for a can of Coke as well, just give me a bit of a boost. So I'm going to be heading kind of southeasterly a little bit. That wind's going to be behind me just a little while. I've got to get to Horncastle first before I turn north east, and there'll be a great tailwind then, he says. Although it'll probably after dark by then, so maybe the wind's dropped, who knows. Didn't put enough lube on the chain when I left this morning. I think the rain must have washed it off, or the puddles rather. .8 99.9. Bingo! Woo-woo. 148 to go. So I'm just heading up Hemmingby Lane, or Hemmingby Lane. Can't remember if we've got an S or not. So yeah, tailwind now, straight over the Wold and home. Here I am turning to go down Ranyard Lane to Goulsby, I think it is. Just come off in that direction there, Green Lane, which in the direction of Hemmingby, and it's a long drag up. It's a great place to put a sort of big effort in, so that's what I did. Just had a bit of tailwind as well, so hopefully I've got PR going up that. Just stuck my back lights on, because as you can see, very soon it will be dark. This is about 40k to go, something like that. If you enjoyed watching this video, nearly coming to the end of the action. As soon as that sun goes down, the camera's away, concentrate. Temperature should hold up tonight, I think. Well, should hold up to at least I'll get home anyway, because I only really bought the mittens. The lobster one, the Planitex lobster glove stayed at home today. Oh my god. They actually put Red Hill in this route. Oh. Damn. Oh. Right, okay. I could have sworn I was sticking to the main road, back to Louth. Clearly I need to pay a bit more attention to when I'm putting the control points. Things obviously snapped without me noticing. Oh my word. Reaching the hairpin. Bottom gear, I think. So it went out of gears. Oh well, slow mo it is. I have to get out his saddle in a second. Trying to resist. 13%. Normally I'm out of saddle 10 or 11. 14. 15. Quick push over the top. 16. Just go on for a bit afterwards though, you think it's nearly done and then just keep going. There we go, 5%. Feels flat again. 2. 1. 0. So this brings me onto the Bluestone Heath Road. God knows which direction I'm going after this. Just trying to admire the view behind me. Well, it was a left turn. Bluestone Heath now. Let's see which way I go. Could be anywhere. I don't remember putting this in at all. Where am I exiting the Wolds? Weltonley Wold is just behind me. I'm on the top road. We're going to call it top road. I don't know what it's called. But it connects me to the valley into Wold Newton at Salters Lane. So I'm nearly home. Must be about 4 o'clock now. About an hour to go. Well, not even that, 3/4 of an hour. Hope you enjoyed this one. But better to say goodbye while you still see me. And wish you all a very Merry Christmas as well. And a Happy New Year. Let's hope next year is a good one. So at the end of this video, I'm going to leave you with sunset over Lincolnshire. For me, take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.